1989 YZ250. Naturally, they always look better in the photos, and this probably looks a lot better in the video. But there's lots of ton of work to be done to this bike. In short, he tells me the motor's been, the top end is all brand new. He reckons 5 hours old. So you see the barrel has been powder coated, not powder coated, sand blast or something like that. So the barrel's nice and clean. You know, definitely something's gone on there. The bike started basically third kick. It was cold. I felt the motor was all cold, so it started really well and it sounded really good. So fingers crossed the motor is solid. I don't have to touch the motor. I don't want to spend any money on the motor. All right. It has the Pro Circuit exhaust on it. All right, so that's all nice. It has the original muffler, which is pretty beaten up. But anyway, we'll clean that up. All right, the plastics basically need replacing. The plastics is shit. But you can get plastic kits for them. All right. I remember advertising it saying it's got red water hoses. You know, but there's cable ties around here. Not why he's got cable ties around that, but like I said, well, that's holding that. What the hell has he got that there for? Oh, that's to keep that off the exhaust. Okay, because that's not the right bend hose. That's why. So there's things like that I'm finding out anyway. You know what I mean? When you really get it home and you start pulling the bike down. All right. So they're things that you can fix up, not a big expense. All right. The front number plate's not the right plate; it's just a homemade plate, you know. So I'll fix that up. These front fork protectors, I don't know what they are. They're not genuine. They shouldn't be on the bike. It's got made up of little brackets there. So yeah, we'll just hunt around, try to get some fork protectors for it. See what we can do there, because it's not right. It's not the right way how they've got it. You've got the there's a brake line. It goes in behind it there, so that's not right. So I'm sure that's not right. So we need to suss that out. Now, what else? I did notice this actually when I was looking at the bike. You can't miss it. You'll see the rear mudguard drops down to the right hand side. And if you have a good look there with the subframe, you know, I thought, hang on, what's going on there? But the subframe looks all right. It doesn't look bent, does it? It's hard to see, really. So, if you do take the seat off, okay, and the seat cover needs repairing or replaced. It's all coming apart there. You might be able to see that. And when you look inside, which you take the seat cover, my biggest thing that worries you, if anyone looks after a motorbike, you won't leave the air filter like that, okay, and how dirty it is in there. He was a younger fella. He didn't ride it all that much, so I'm hoping that he rode it a couple of times and he just didn't bother cleaning that. Hopefully he didn't ride it like that, but at least it's oiled. It is oiled, the air filter. But you can see that's... You check mine on my old girl there, on my 2003 model. You could eat off the airbox inside, okay? But then you might not be able to see this. See the white there? A different colour? Just that's been broken, so the frame's been broken. Because in '89, Yamaha, for whatever reason, they didn't have an aluminium swing subframe. They still went with the steel subframe. I think they might have went in 2000, I don't know, 2002. They might have went to aluminium subframe. But anyway, that's why I think it's bent down on one side. That's easy fix, but we should be able to fix that, bend that up, and do something with that. All right, so that's something that I found as well. But the biggest thing that I found on this bike, which absolutely gutted me, all right, something that I didn't pick up either, and it's my own fault. I don't blame the seller. He didn't say anything much, or he's one of these sellers who just stood there, didn't say anything unless you asked me a question. All right, but there's no way I'd sell a bike like this. I'd let people know about it, but it's common. Now, you might not be able to pick this up, guys. You normally got a guard that goes around that protects this protects you from the front sprocket. You can see here, okay, that there is the hole that attaches the hole, or the bolt hole, okay, for the guard. That's smashed away. But the biggest fear is this bottom one. It's completely gone, okay. It's all smashed completely. There's no way that can be. I'm not sure what we can do with that. The hole might be still there, and they've used some sort of metal bond there, and so I dare say it may even be leaking. All right, so I'm not sure what can be done there. There's a chap I know who does sort of repairs. I'm hoping that can be repaired somehow. We just need to do something there to be able to fix the guard, which is over here. and I didn't pick it up. You know, I don't know why. I just did not notice it. I'm really good on things like this and fixing, seeing things. I'm saying I probably still would have bought the bike, but I wouldn't have paid as. I would have offered him a lot less. Put it that way. So there's the guard. Okay, and I didn't pick this up. Now you might see the brackets there. I'm trying to hang on to two things here at once, you guys. Anyway, you see the brackets here and here. That's what they had made up, sitting on the casing, and you see there on the side casing, like that. I mean, it does the job, and that's what you need to do. And you can keep running that, leaving it like that. But I'm not doing that. Okay, that's not my way. How I look after things and ride bikes, and how I want my bikes to present. No way in the world. It's not going to be like that. But the fork guards, that's going to be a bit hard to try to get those. I have to search around, try to get something on eBay or somewhere, try to find fork guards and proper fork guards. What else did I find? So the main thing is that casing. I mean, the rest of the stuff, you know, it's fine. And it rides. Don't be wrong, guys, it does ride. You could ride it as it is now, put that back on and ride it. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. It does ride. It's fine. So we need to fix that. A lot of cable ties, a lot of things we need to look at. The front radiator fins, these things here, they're wrong, they're not the right ones, so I'll try to find the right ones for those. I haven't taken the side cover off yet to find the radiator, see what the conditions that is yet at the moment. Who knows? It's been painted black, like bloody just cans paint. But again, like I say, is that it starts fine, it runs really well, the motor sounds really good. Okay. What's the good things? Yeah, well, the motor, hopefully. The motor sounds good, feels good, so hopefully the motor's all good. Does need rear chain, the chain's shit. The front sprocket looks brand new. The rear sprocket doesn't, so it looks like he's put a rear, which I knew this when I looked at it. So I'll just need a new rear sprocket and a chain, so I'll throw that on it as well. He did tell me that the rear shock and the front forks had been redone by Suspension Moto, and that's Ian, that's a chap I know. Again, you can only take his word for it, which unfortunately I don't believe, so I always consider it no work has been done to this forks or shock, unless he can prove it, which he couldn't. No receipts or anything, so as far as I'm concerned, no work's been done to them whatsoever. But they're not leaking, they're working fine, so I won't touch them until such time they need work, or if I ride and the rear shock's absolutely terrible, well then we'll have to get something done to it. But what's the good things about it, I suppose? Let's stick to that. Well, the tank's pretty good. At some stage, the tank looked like it had been re-cleaned and repolished. It looks actually really nice up around here, but it's gone the yellow colour down here again. I'll try to clean that up myself. That doesn't worry me too much, but I'll clean it up a little bit better, that, because I don't want a show bike. You know, I do want a bike that's going to be ridden. I might only ride it once or twice a year, but, you know, hopefully I can get away with tidying it a little bit up, and I should be able to get my money back, or even a little bit more, if the prices stay where they are. The frame looks pretty good, Nick. At some stage, the frame looked like it was painted. It doesn't look like it's powder coated to me. It looks like it's been painted. So the frame does look really good. It hasn't been protected down here, so it's chipped away. So I dare say, I don't know how long ago the frame was painted. Underneath, it looks all good. Just normal wear and tear and skid, and your paint coming off the frame. Has original foot pegs, so that looks all right. The rear chain guard looks really good. The guard down the back looks all right. The front forks looks all good. The bolts are all rusted. I'll replace all those, or either clean them up. The triple clamp looks all right. It's been painted black for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but we'll have a look at that. This is all old stuff, but we'll see what we can get for that, clean that up, stuff like that. It hasn't got the original wheels on it. He changed these over. He said he put these XL rims on it, so it's got really good rims. Good tyres. The tyres look brand new. He said the hubs have been powder coated, but it's coming off. So I don't believe him. I don't think they've been powder coated at all. I think they've just been painted with bloody your normal aerosol can paint. So they're chipping off. The back one might look like it's powder coated, but definitely the front one's not. The front one's not powder coated. But it has XL rims on it, very good rims. So that's a good point. Swing arm looks all good. It's been repainted, but just like silver frost paint, like people do. So anyway, a bit of work to tinker on. So this is just the first part of it. I'll let you know what we're doing next, and I'll have big short videos, very short videos of just starting to clean things, fixing up certain things, and showing you the end result. All right. So I'm no bloody mechanic. I'll just putt along as best I can do. If I can't do it, I'll naturally have to pay someone else to do something for me. The case, yes, I'll have to get someone to look at that. There's a chap here named Damo. He works on vintage bikes and all sorts of stuff. He does a lot. He's one of these guys who can do works in a lot of areas on bikes. He can do it all basically. He's done work on my other vintage motorbike, so I will speak to him today. So if he allows it, when I take that up, and hopefully he can fix it. I'm hoping he doesn't have to take the motor out to fix it. Hopefully we can just fix that on the bike, which I should be able to. We'll take that up, and he might allow me to film up there what he's going to do to it, but he might not do, because it is his own private property, his own house, so he may not want me to video there. Alright guys, that's it now. YZ 1989 250.